It talks about getting to an end goal and saying, how can you get there? So our objective was the PACE Act, which was ensuring, so the healthcare bill, Obamacare, the healthcare law, put businesses from 51 to 100 into a certain marketplace. And by putting businesses from 51 to 100, because if you're below 50 by the law, you're not required to offer health insurance. Over 50, so 51 you are, and it put them into an area where there are going to be a lot of mandates and community ratings. So people early in the year were starting to hear from their insurers. I just talked to some insurers yesterday in Bowling Green and said, we've called our customers and said, guess what? It's not going to go up 20% like you thought. So they were going to see their health go up 20%. So I sat down with some people, some small business leaders and groups, and said, how do we resolve this problem? Because what we really wanted to do is help the president keep his promise. President promised if you like your health care, you can keep it. Well, we heard that from individuals last year. Well, this year is the same with businesses. They weren't going to be able to keep the health care they were providing. They're going to have to go into a new pool with new insurance that was going to cost a lot more. And some people have to make the decision, do I even maintain insurance, or do I put people into the pool and pay the tax that the Supreme Court, a fine that the Supreme Court changed to a tax? So it put a lot of businesses in bad situation. And so I talked to a couple of friends of mine on the other side of the aisle. Can we put together a coalition that will protect people from this part of Obamacare? We're able to do that, and we came up with a strategy. So we started with end in mind, as I've done a lot of talks at Leader and Me at schools. Begin with the end. The end was, what will the president sign? So we agreed to let states give this back to the states to determine. So some states may say, we want to treat businesses the way the healthcare law wants businesses to be treated, and therefore it's going to go up 20%, and that's just the way we want it in our state. And so that's, part of the federalism in me says, well, that's what people elect state legislators to make those decisions. And so we were able to, so we came with end in mind, what will the president sign? And we got actually unanimous in the House, unanimous in the Senate, and signed by the president. And a lot of that doesn't happen in Washington, D.C. And so I think it shows my, hopefully, ability to legislate, to reach out across the aisle, because it does you no good to get something through the Senate through the House on a partisan vote, and then have to get something through the Senate. And I will also say having the colleague that is the leader of the Senate is very helpful in these kind of situations. So I could get something through the House, and we could go back and tell everybody back home, well, we did it in the House, but look what happened over in the Senate. Well, you know what happened in the Senate for our small, medium-sized businesses? Mitch McConnell and Senator Paul were there, because Senator Paul voted for it too. But to be able to schedule it, get it out of the Senate, and it's a big benefit to the people of Kentucky. It's a great benefit to me to get a bill passed, but it's an even bigger benefit to the people of Kentucky to have Mitch McConnell as a leader. The thing that we got was states have to make the decision to classify them as small business. Okay. So everybody's starting with a clean slate. Mm-hmm. And so businesses right now, so it's not that the states have to opt in or out. They have to opt in. And so, matter of fact, the one witness that came against our bill was from Washington State. And he was the insurance commissioner there. And he made the comment that firstly, he ceded there was a problem and insurance rates were going to go up. But he said, why don't we just delay it? Let's waive it. Let's change the rules for a while, and let's get a chance to figure it out to see if we can make it work when insurance doesn't go up. Well, if you put an insurance plan with new mandates and community rating and those types of issues, the rates are going to go up. Delaying it for a year or 2 or 3 years isn't going to solve that problem. It's just the nature of insurance. But my point to him was, I said, every time I go to businesses, they say, we don't know what the rules are. Every time we get ready for a new insurance plan or anything in business, whether it's EPA or whatever, we have a new rule, the new rule's been waived, we don't even know what to plan for. So I was insistent that let's put this in the law so businesses know how to plan. Because if we delay this for a year, but your insurance is going to go up next year 20%, well, businesses don't think year to year or month to month. They think over a course of return on investment. So, but it was funny though. So and anybody doesn't believe me, they can Google this, they can find it, and they can go on. Because I always say, I don't say it with social media now, you've got to be factual and truthful, and I always am, but you can double check me on this. So the person said, but the question was, well, your state can choose to do this. So why are you here complaining about the bill? He goes, well, I don't think my state would choose to do this. So here's the insurance commissioner who comes from, maybe the background I know more than everybody else. And that was the concern. He goes, well, I think this is better for everybody, but I couldn't convince my legislature that it's better for everybody. And so it gets back to, I think the elected officials should be in charge, not the appointed officials. So I was pretty proud when he made that comment. So I don't, even though it goes back to the states, even the person advocating for the other viewpoint admitted that he didn't think his legislature would let him do what he thinks should be done. So I think that kind of settled that argument. Well, January 1st is when it's supposed to happen. So of course, so the new insurance rates will come out. States, just whenever states choose to do it, it would be when the next insurance round comes. So every state's not going to be in it now unless you're in session now. So I guess some states have year-round sessions, but Kentucky, I can't conceive of the Kentucky legislature forcing businesses to go back into the small pool and raising their insurance rates 20%. I have too many friends there, and I know a lot of my friends and former friends my former colleagues, my still friends, I said former, my former colleagues and great friends in the Senate and in the House as well, but particularly in the Senate and with a good Senate leadership that they have that would put this burden on Kentucky small businesses. They were already looking at raising their insurance rates 20%. So 18 to 20% was a study. People were saying it could be a little higher than that. So there was a person in Owensboro that said it's going to go up probably 20. He's going to go up 100,000 in a separate, not related to this bill. So you had another 20% on that's another 20,000, and trying to grow his business to do granite marble tops. So if you are trying to grow your business, and the more money that goes into the insurance pool is less money for you to invest and grow your business. We're not talking about multinational corporations are paying dividends for the most part. I know some people with 5,100 employees who take money out of their business, but most of them, because I know a lot of them and have helped grow a business, that are trying to grow their businesses are putting their money back in their businesses to have better opportunities for their employees and for their customers. And I think we save them that amount. It's not that they're getting more because they're already providing insurance. It's they're going to pay more for the insurance they provide. And so it wasn't like you're giving your employee even a bigger benefit because you're going to still you're just paying for the insurance you're already providing them. And it kind of offsets costs for other groups of people. But it's not fair to just put that burden on medium and small businesses.